Hello everybody. It's a rainy afternoon. It's about it's 1:47 Pacific Standard Time. It's raining outside. Been raining all night and all day, actually for about 4 days straight. A lot of nice beautiful rain. I finally figured out for these smartphone videos, if you want a full screen, you just flip the camera onto the side instead of holding it up vertical. Flip it horizontal. I could see me in the whole picture. I like the wide angle view like that. I might start doing music videos with just the smartphone, just to kind of untether myself from the interface and the hi-fi microphone I've been using for the past 15 years, and just like record myself, maybe outside or something, or in the garage, or just even in a different place of the house, different part of the house. And anyway, it's December. It's almost Christmas. So it's about 3 weeks away, I guess, from Christmas. And just wondering how everybody's doing. YouTube has been seems it's kind of lost its spunk here lately or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I guess you get into it, you get out of it what you put into it. And I haven't been very good at watching my subscribers' videos because, the truth be told, YouTube made me get rid of my ad blocker, or turn ad blocker off for YouTube. And I didn't do it, and they got mad, and they warned me. They gave me 3 strikes. They said, this is your first warning, second warning, third warning. If you don't do it this time, we're going to disable your video. So I finally did it reluctantly, and now I just don't like commercials. I never have. I haven't watched a sporting event on TV, like even the Super Bowl. Any kind of professional or college football game, basketball, football, even bowling. Bowling is one of my all-time favorite sports, by the way. I like that as much as I do all the other sports. I always record it first so I can fast forward through the commercials. And now with YouTube, it's not as bad because YouTube, oftentimes you'll get the 5 seconds and you can skip the ad. And so that's what I do. I just try to suck it up, but I definitely have not been watching as many videos. I've been more on Rumble. Rumble is kind of there's just a lot of politics, which is okay. I don't really like that. There's not a lot of music on there, people just singing songs like there is on YouTube. There's not a lot of diverse content. It's just all, conservative, really a conservative social media site. And X, formerly known as Twitter, is like that too. And I like that to a degree, but I mean, you need a break from all that stuff after a while, so. But I found that a few people that are on YouTube are also on Rumble. Not music people. Well, Daniel's on Rumble. He's the only one. Me and him are subscribed to each other. But I follow a lot of woodworking type of videos, or subscribers, and I follow a lot of like music in general, all kinds of music. Like I'm really big into the Carpenters. I'm really big into Van Halen, early Van Halen with David Lee Roth. I think Ed Van Halen's the best rock guitarist of all time, but you can't find hardly any of that at all on Rumble. It's just all conservative talk and a lot of complaining about Biden. You get that all day long. You just need a break from it. I also like old time radio shows, and I only found one channel on there, Chesterton Old Time Radio. I'm a big fan of old time radio. They did some of those shows were really well written, like The Mysterious Traveler, and The Whistler is my favorite. I listen to that almost every night when I'm retiring. Usually I fall asleep before it's over, but then I listen to it again in the morning when I wake up. So there's not a whole lot of diverse content there. I was on Facebook, but my God, Facebook, I just never have gotten the hang of Facebook. It's probably my fault. I just I click on my feed, and like literally every other post is recommended for you. You know, stuff that I don't even want to see. You know, so I don't know. I literally get hardly any views on Facebook. But again, I guess you get into it what you get out of it. Get out of it what you get into it. Put into it. Just like on YouTube, you know, you gotta watch people's videos and subscribe to people and like and comment on their videos. And I need a smartphone holder. I'm using my hands, which is kind of uncomfortable. Hope I'm not making you nervous. Can you hear the rain? Pitter pattering on top of the roof. It's been doing this really non-stop for about 4 days now. The rivers are flooding. They're flooding over now. Out in Carnation, Monroe, up there in Arlington. The Skycomish River is flooding. The Snoqualmie River is flooding. The Duwamish River is really close, about a foot from overflowing. That's a good thing though, as long as nobody gets hurt and not a whole lot of property is damaged beyond repair. Flooding is actually good for the environment. It fertilizes the soil and makes things grow. That's why the Mississippi River, whenever there's a big flood, you're going to get a good crop for about the next 10 years after that, until the next big flood happens. And I'm just talking off the top of my head here on a Tuesday afternoon, a rainy Tuesday afternoon. Just checking in to see how you guys are in the Christmas spirit or not. Hopefully you are. I know a lot of people don't celebrate Christmas much anymore. I'm one of the old baby boomers. You know, when the last of us baby boomers die off, I think Christmas will probably be obsolete for the most part. You know, it's nowhere near as popular as it used to be. Although I am pleasantly surprised though. You see on TV, like even on CBS, ABC, even on NBC, they have like Christmas shows on there. It's like they hardly ever do that, as far as like, you know, the past several years I've noticed. And I've been watching the Hallmark Channel. I saw a couple of good movies. Heavenly, good Lord, what is the name of that? Really good, you know. They're like romantic type of movies, but they go pretty deep though, you know, into the spirit, you know, of Christmas time and all about friendship and romance and faith, things like that. It's really a nice change of pace from all the true life crime dramas, documentaries I usually watch. I'm a Dateline addict, and it's probably a bigger sin to watch those because it's all about people getting murdered. And I like how the police, I'm very interested in how the police go about capturing the murderers. You know, I think it's fascinating how they do that. It's just, I wish they did it in my city, the city I live in now. Most murders go, you know, they don't catch the murderer. A lot of times they don't even look for them. You know, it just depends on a lot of factors. DEI, it depends on that. You know, who did the murder and who the victim is. A lot of it depends on that where I live. It's very political and ideologically bent. Where in the past, you know, there's just no question. You just go after the murderer until you catch him. And if you don't catch him, you put him in the cold case file, and you don't forget. You always go back and you try to hunt them down, hunt those bastards down. And back in the old days, they used to put them in the gas chamber or in old Sparky, the electric chair. And then before that, they used to just, you know, tie the old noose around the old neck and, you know, spank the horse in the ass behind, and the horse takes off. It leaves the killers swinging in the wind. And that's how they used to do it. Amen. I got to get some coffee, but the problem is, I'll tell you what, why don't I just go like that? It's more comfortable to hold the phone like this. So yeah, I just hit the record button. I really don't even know what I'm going to talk about. I just felt like talking to somebody. I just wondering how everybody is. I mean, what are you guys doing for Christmas? Are you going to go see your folks, or You're just gonna stay home with the family and just maybe have eggnog and ham and yams and sweet potatoes and pumpkin pie. Is that what you're gonna do for Christmas? Or maybe you don't celebrate Christmas. Maybe you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or maybe you just celebrate the solstice. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it's winter solstice. If you're in the southern hemisphere, I guess it's a summer solstice. They do things a lot different down on the southern hemisphere. Just the opposite of how we do them here north of the equator. I'm gonna just sit back and just be thankful for every second of life that we have, because this isn't gonna last forever. We're not gonna be alive here on Earth. We're just like aliens, riding on a satellite. Planet Earth, just like a big planet, spinning around the sun. It's just a little small grain of sand compared to the enormity of the universe. But here we are, each life is really a world onto its own. If you think about it, people in their mind, when they're gone, that's kind of like a whole world fading away, in a way. I can't explain it well. I'm philosophical, but I'm not very well spoken as far as speaking about philosophy. Anyway, hope I'm not boring you too much. So yeah, just wondering what you guys were going to do. I'm probably just going to stay home and relax. I'll probably tie one on the night before, like I usually do. Do a little extra drinking. Usually I've cut down to just like once a week, but lately, past month or so, it's been like once or twice a week, because it's the holidays. You feel like celebrating, just having a good time. I like to listen to music. I used to go to the bars and stuff, but now I just like staying home with the cats, putting on the headphones and a compilation playlist in my MP3 player. And I listen to a lot of your guys' music. I won't name you because you might get mad at me, but some of them I bought though from Bandcamp. But I just love a lot of your music. Friends of mine here on YouTube, I love a lot of your music. I put them in my compilation playlist with a lot of professional musicians and people on YouTube uploading. A lot of people on YouTube that I'm friends with are professional musicians. They have CDs out and all that. Anyway, life just doesn't get much better than that. Just drinking a little bit of wine, a little bit of whiskey, just kind of letting it ride out for 3-4 hours, just soaking in that music. And then I usually put one or two of my songs that I just recorded in there so I could tell if it's YouTube worthy. If it's not, then I try to fix it in the either EQ. Usually I just try to put a little bit of lipstick on the pig, so to speak. I try to maybe sweeten it with a little bit of reverb, or roll off the low end, the mud, the boomy, bassy stuff. But before I post them up, nowadays, I want to make sure it's pretty doggone good, because I don't want to waste your time. If it's something I'm not at least okay with, I won't even post it. I'll sit on it, and I'll think about it, I'll practice it some more, and I'll re-record it. That's what I'll do. And I've got maybe 2 or 3 more before Christmas, and then I'm going to take a couple weeks off. Well, I guess I usually post only once every couple of weeks, I guess, but I might take a couple of weeks off in addition to the couple of weeks I normally take off, just to kind of recharge. I want to learn some new songs. I want to learn Keep Your Lamp Trimmed and Burning, the Blind Willie Johnson song. It's actually an old spiritual. Goes back further than Blind Willie. Check out Blind Willie Johnson though, and his recording with his wife Wilma, or Willie was her name, excuse me. It's just amazing. I'm not really big into the blues per se. I mean, I like it, but it's nothing that I just get lost into because it's just 3 chords. But Blind Willie Johnson, I've had in my playlist a number of his songs for the past 8 months. I can't get him out of my playlist. I just, it's amazing, especially the ones he sings with his wife, Willie. He was really blind, but their interplay off of each other. She just sings harmony. He plays slide guitar and alternate tunings. At first, I just thought it was too weird, and then it really grew on me. Now I just love it. Oh my gosh, Blind Willie Johnson, and he's my favorite blues man out of all of them. I like Robert Johnson too, but I like Blind Willie better. Blind Lemon Jefferson, he's good, but Blind Willie's got them all beat in my book. So I got Van Halen. My favorite Van Halen record by far is their very first album. I remember buying that when it first came out, and I had heard of them before they even got famous because I lived in LA, Los Angeles, and that's where they're from. They were like couple counties over from me, and I had seen their posters up. I remember that. I didn't see them though. I didn't see them play, but anyway, when their album came out, I ran out and bought it. To me, that is the best hard rock record ever made, and the best Eddie Van Halen. That record, what he did on that guitar, had never been done like that. Now, Tony Iommi was brilliant guitar player. He's about the closest to Eddie Van Halen, in my opinion. But Eddie took it the acrobatics he did up and down that fretboard and the sounds he got out of that thing. I don't know how he did it. The dexterity and he wrote all those songs, David Lee Roth wrote the lyrics, but Eddie wrote all the melodies and guitar parts, and David Lee Roth would come in and just, write up the lyrics, and that was that. I would say my favorite Van Halen songs of all time would be to either Jamie's Crying or Ain't Talking About Love. And I feel guilty about saying this, but I really love Running with the Devil. Being a Christian, I probably shouldn't like that, but they're not worshiping the devil in that song. They're just telling a story about someone's out raising hell. You know how people do. They drink up, and then they go out and tear up the town. That's what he's talking about. He's not saying worship the devil. I know how to play that on the acoustic now. I've been watching some YouTube videos on how to play Running with the Devil and Jamie's Crying. I can do it a little bit. It's just amazing YouTube. You get anything you want to learn how to do. I mean, just watch a YouTube video. But yeah, I would say Jamie's Crying, Ain't Talking About Love, Little Dreamer, Running with the Devil. That Eruption solo is incredible, but actually it's Eddie's rhythm guitar which I like the best. The solos are cool. Solos are great, but it's really the meat and potatoes are that driving rhythm. Ugh. It's just like caveman type of it gets a testosterone flowing, I guess. What else is on that? I'm on Fire, The Atomic Punk. There's other songs on there I'm just forgetting right now. Anyway, I like Mean Streets. That's off of Fair Warning. That came a couple albums later. Not much on the second album I really cared for all that much. And Women and Children First, and The Cradle Will Rock, I like that one. Mean Street is really good. The guitar acrobatics he did on Mean Street, I don't know how anybody can do something like that. It's just amazing what he did. But by far that first album, the sound that he got on the guitar, the sound of that record, the songs were better. But if I had one complaint, I would say that David Lee Roth's vocals were a little bit pushed back too far in the mix. I like them a little bit more up front. I mean, I'm hard of hearing, but I can gauge it on how other songs in my compilation list sound. If the singer is more up front, which I usually like, I don't like them pushed back to where you can't hear the singer as well. Just a personal thing. It's kind of a nitpicking thing, but anyway, so what's your favorite Van Halen songs? To be honest with you, I'm not crazy about the Van Hagar era. They kind of lost me there. They went into more of a poppy Actually, they were doing that before Sammy Hagar joined the group. They did that with 1984, the album 1984. I wasn't a big fan of that album. Jump, I never really liked that song. Hot for Teacher, I didn't like that song. Just me though, you know, if you like it, that's cool, no problem. We can still be friends and all that. But that's what's great about music. Everybody's got their own thing. I'm kind of getting into Leonard Cohen for the first time a little bit. I've been watching his interviews, and I saw a video he did. I forget the name of the song and all that. With a real pretty gal in English. I guess they recorded it over in England. I like listening to him talk on these interviews. I'm really big into interviews. I have a saved playlist with interviews from everybody, not only just musicians, but movie actors, famous people, writers. Check it out if you have a mind to. If you like watching interviews, that's the thing I probably like watching the most, besides the music, is the interviews. I think it's really interesting, of your favorite musicians, kind of going back and see what makes them tick. I think it's really, really fascinating. The rain's kind of letting up now. It's just kind of drizzling, and the windows are fogging up. And it's almost 3 o'clock somewhere, I'm sure. So it's time to start popping them open and getting the MP3 player out, getting the fireplace lit up, and having a good time, you know. So I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a Merry Christmas. I've got a few more coming, and then probably take a little bit of a break. Not much. Probably back around the middle of January. I want to do next, when I come back later on, about a month or so. Well, I've got a few more. Don't go away. I got a couple coming this weekend, and I got one more after that probably. We'll see how it goes. I want to do Hobo's Lullaby, Walking Through Your Town in the Snow. I can play it on the guitar and the banjo. I don't know which one to do. I want to learn Keep Your Lamp Trimmed and Burning. I want to learn Erie Canal. I want to learn, I might play The Sky Again, the Daryl Adams song, on the guitar in drop D tuning. I've been playing that just for fun on the guitar, you know, no solo in it, nothing, just, you know, finger pick in drop D tuning. And I might do that, I don't know. And a lot of other songs I want to do. I would do more pop songs, you know, like, you know, wrote top 40 type stuff. Like I did a Bengals cover, Eternal Flame. I got a copyright strike for that. So that's why I kind of lost interest in doing those, because of the copyright strike. And you might have noticed, well, you know, you might be asking why I haven't been doing as many polls. I did a couple recently, but in mid-November, YouTube changed their community post policy. They made it, they're a lot more strict now about censoring you if they don't like what you post on there. You got to be real careful, tiptoe around on eggshells. And so I'm trying to steer completely away from politics. I think that's what they're concerned about. They don't, even though I always give, whenever I do a political poll, I try to keep my bias to a minimum, you know, and I give honest choices that people who see the post can pick, you know. And for the most part, I do that. And I let my opinion usually be known in the comments section, though. And I did get a warning one time on the You're a Moron poll I did. They got really upset about that. This poll, we will not allow this poll to take place, and then I had to fight it. I just, if you think it's still legitimate, you can go ahead and try it, but beware, you know, we may come after you. I said, whatever, I'll just go ahead and post it anyway. I did it anyway. I took a chance. And right after that, my numbers have just gone down. You know, on your dashboard, you look at your video views. It's right there on your dashboard. It was over 300,000 hours per month for like the past, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. That was the average. It says the average right there. It's just plummeted. I mean, way down, way down. So they must throttled me, I guess. No big deal. If not, you know, maybe I'm just paranoid, but that's what censorship does. It creates paranoia. It's just an insidious thing, you know. And for just, I was trying to be funny, you know. It's a running gag on the internet, you know. Y-O-U-R, you're a moron. That's not how you write it. It's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. You are a moron. I thought it was funny, but YouTube didn't like it, and they threatened me. I said post it anyway. I did it anyway. So anyway, I guess that's it. Enough crying, belly aching. Enough belly aching for one day. Rain's letting up. Cats are probably getting hungry. I better get in there and feed the cats. They're doing really well. I changed their cat food. They were both throwing up. You know, they're both pretty old now. They're like, I think they're 13 and 13 and 15. I've had them for 11 years, and Woody was 3, Willow was 1. Woody doesn't throw up at all anymore, but Willow started for the first time throwing up a lot of liquid, like water, and I was really worried about her. And, you know, I've taken him to the vet. I've taken Woody a couple times to the vet because he used to throw up, but he just all of a sudden stopped. Anyway, I switched cat foods to Purina 1 for sensitive stomach and skin. It's really pricey, but they don't throw up as much, knock on wood. I just did this about a month ago, and the vomiting is way down, although they threw up last night. One of them did. I'm pretty sure it was Willow when I was sleeping, but it wasn't nearly as much as before. So that's a good thing. Maybe it was just all the hairballs and stuff from the summertime. Anyway, I'm way overboard. Take care, everybody. Bye.